have taken the lead.
Hello everyone, Crow back again with another pickups video. Before I get into the pickups, I want to kind of talk briefly about on Wednesday, I went and saw Keith Apicary at Galloping Ghosts. I put up a short video of Keith kind of climbing on some arcade machines. It was like a 30-second video. It was pretty funny. I did take some other footage. However, the footage was really bad because, first of all, for most of the time, the room was really dark. So, even though I could see, my camera really couldn't see anything. He was in his Virtual Boy suit. And, well, here's some of the footage I took.
Come on! Go! Go get that Virtual Boy, that futuristic toy! My eyes will be destroyed, the 96 children, moving Illinois! Come on!
Now, as you can see, it's not really worthy of its own video. It's, you know, the audio's entertaining and everything, but, yeah, really not worthy of its own video. Also, I took some footage of this. It's slightly better, but I still think it's not worthy of its own video.
Words, sing along, because I gave up a long time ago.
It's okay. It's okay. So, we're here to help you.
Lay it on me if you know the words. Let's make Phantom hear us all the way in Sweden.
We love you!
I don't think you heard that one.
Try harder. We'll edit that.
There we go. Now the party's starting.
Absolutely.
This song is dedicated to him and him. No one pointed to the fighters like you did. No one pointed from the gun like you did. No one pointed puzzle bottle like you did. I'll always love my first motto. I play that cat for hours. The poor left me with my only friend. With a heavy machine gun in my hand. Found love over and over again. First you picked up and that's what 1990 revolution. I say you are the best.
So yeah, you know, I bought a poster, had that, and a T-shirt. So, you know, when he was there, so here's the T-shirt I bought. It's just a white T-shirt. It's got Keith Apicary, and if you don't know who he's from, his channel is like Nathan J. Barnett. I put a link to it on my other video. Some people have commented that they didn't even know about this guy, and they think he's hilarious. And you know, I can't even remember the first time I actually saw him in anything. I just remember it was like the first or second, third Talking Classic episode, and I just started watching him. I can't even remember where. And I was just hooked. My wife actually hated him at first, but then grew to love him, I guess. Here's the poster I purchased, and we had him sign it. That's actually the way he signed it. My wife thought it was funny that he put an arrow pointing to him on the poster, as if he would be the Neo Geo machine. I just thought it was funny. It was hilarious, and it really didn't cost anything to see him. I basically took the day off of work. My wife had the day off of work. We went down to Galloping Ghosts. It's a arcade where you pay $15 and for the whole day. All the machines are on free play. So we went there about 3 o'clock. You know, paid, went in. And just hung out there until Keith Apicary showed up, and he was just, you know, the show started a little bit late. It was supposed to start at like 8 o'clock. It really didn't start till like 8:30, but it was well worth it. We were playing different games. We played all the way through like Sunset Riders and the Simpsons arcade game. I was playing Burger Time, and we were walking through the arcade, and my wife's like, "Hey, look, Bubble Bobble." So I was like, "Yeah, I haven't played Bubble Bobble in a while." We played through all the way to the end of Bubble Bobble, 100 levels, and looked at the time. We had been playing it for like 2 or 3 hours. I don't even remember what time we actually started, but I was shocked when I saw it was 7 o'clock by the time we finished the game. I'm like, holy crap. My wife thinks we were playing for 3 hours. I don't think it was quite that long, but that is a long game, especially since we were playing like, you know, Sunset Riders and The Simpsons, and those games took like 20 minutes. The other thing is that some people were asking me about the pinball machine, I haven't really worked on it. I've ordered some parts for it. I've got most of those parts. Actually ordered more parts yesterday because I found really, really cheap LED lights. And what I'll wind up doing is replacing all the lights in there with LED lights. Here, I got cleaners. I got this. It's a rubber ring kit to replace all the rubber rings, because that thing, it really needs to have all the rubber on it replaced, and that's what this is. I bought some cleaner for the playfield, Mills Wax. The playfield, the more and more I looked at it, the dirtier and dirtier it looked. And I bought some Novus to clean the plastics, because those things were really dirty too. I really need to take the whole thing apart, vacuum it out, put it back together. So when I get all the pieces, the flippers are the main thing that I'm waiting for. The original machine had red flippers in the middle, and I contacted this place that had these red flippers, or at least reproductions of them, and they don't have them. It would take a couple weeks to get, so it's going to be a couple more weeks before I get the flippers and all the pieces I need before I start ripping this whole thing apart. I think it'll be a fun project. From Toys R Us, my wife saw these, and I was like, I don't want them all, but a couple of these I wanted, and she found them for me and gave them. Flash Gordon action figures from the 1980 film Flash. It's called Flash? What the hell? No, I think it's just called Flash Gordon. But I don't know where my mind is. It actually says it right damn here on the package, Flash Gordon. So, of course, we have Flash. And also, Clytus, which I think was the coolest looking character from the movie. But I'm going to keep my eye out, because there's actually another character. I want, on the back here, you can see Emperor Ming. I think that would make this perfect. There's just people missing from here. I mean, they have Prince Baron, which is fine, and I would get him, but only if they had Lord Vulcan as well, from the Hawk people. And they're missing. They actually don't have him, I don't think. They have a Dale Arden, but they only have her in her wedding dress. They have another version of Clytus from his death scene where his eyeballs and tongue are hanging out, and I thought that was a weird choice. And then they have two other versions of Flash Gordon in two different outfits, one with a blaster and one with a sword. But I think this Clytus is pretty damn awesome. Moving on. I did a trade, and I actually was not feeling like making a video for... No, it wasn't a trade. I just purchased this off of Retro Gamer Sam. I didn't send him anything but money for this, because I saw a video. I think he was getting rid of his entire video game collection, and he had a video, and I bought this off of him. It's a game.com or Gamecom, however you say it. Works fine. Came with 2 games, and the odd thing about the Gamecom is that it has 2 cartridge slots. So he gave me Lights Out, and also Batman and Robin, which is hilariously bad, because this is like a poor man's Game Boy in some respects. It's an awful game, it really is, but it's hilarious to see how bad the game is. So yeah, it's an interesting device. I just bought it because I thought he was offering it for a decent price, and I didn't have one of these. So, moving on, I think, you're going to have to forgive me because I don't remember at all where my wife picked these up. And she's going to be pissed at me because I don't remember where she got these from. I think she got them from Toys R Us. And they were like $5 each or something. For PSP, Namco Museum Battle Collection. I don't know why this is called the Battle Collection. Maybe because you could play head-to-head or something. I don't know. But it has Pac-Man arrangement, Galaga arrangement, and then Pac-Man, Rally X, Boscanian, Dig Dug 2, Rolling Thunder. It's got a whole bunch of classic arcade games in there. Thought that would be decent for the PSP. She thought this game looked interesting. It's called Again. It says it's a interactive crime novel. She picked that up for herself because I'm not really into games like that. Also, she got this one for herself, Dream Chronicles. Yeah, it's a kind of like another mystery game, I guess. I don't know, not really my type of thing. And a game I remember on the PS2. I don't remember playing this. I always remembered it would be interesting to have this game, and that is Tulip. My nose is running. I think I might be coming down with something. But Tulip, which is an interesting, weird-ass kissing game, I believe. So I always kind of remember seeing footage from that a long time ago, and when she picked it up, I thought it was hilarious. We took a trip to video games, etc. Because I was in the neighborhood, and I'm missing one of these. I must have fallen on the ground or something. I got 6 of these NES, Super Nintendo game covers. And 5200 game I did not have. Zaxxon for the 5200, $8.99. Those NES Super Nintendo covers are like 50 cents each, 49 cents each. Interesting Sega Master System game I did not have. Lord of the Sword. Looks like a pretty interesting side-scrolling slash 'em up of sorts. Instruction booklet not in the greatest condition, but at least it's there. But the game looks like it's in really good condition. And then finally, got a whole bunch of Gamecom games because they had them there. Let's see. Mortal Kombat Trilogy unopened for $4.99. Fighters Megamix unopened for $5.99. And Williams Arcade Classics unopened for $5.99. I thought those were some pretty decent prices. They may be really crappy games on the Gamecom, but I kind of just wanted to get a couple more games for that, just to try them out. That is all. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Paul never used to make deals with the devil before.